Hi everybody, this is Bill. I am the salty old Marine. I want to talk about rumor control. I want to talk about scuttlebutt. I want to talk about, that's the word, and I want to talk about veterans and veteran disability and veteran health care. So let's start. First of all, I want to touch a little bit on character of discharge. Now, most veterans, the overwhelming majority of veterans, have an honorable discharge. We got in, we served our time, we got out, we got an honorable discharge. There's no question that we are eligible for VA health care, or if we have disabilities, that we're eligible for disability. However, there's quite a few veterans out there who do not have an honorable discharge, and there's lots of reasons for it. You could have a general under honorable. You could have a less than honorable. You could even have a dishonorable discharge. And again, there are many reasons for that. Some of those reasons, well, they're a little sketchy. They're a little borderline. I personally know a veteran who doesn't have an honorable discharge, and the main reason they don't have an honorable discharge is because of their PTSD. Yeah, they had real problems, and they still have problems to this day. And it led to an unhappy separation from the military. Now, I've talked to that veteran before, and we're friends, and I've suggested getting health care through the VA, and he insists that he's not eligible because of his discharge, because he did not receive an honorable discharge, because that's what he was told. That's not true. Now, it is possible that depending on the type of discharge that you have, you might not be eligible for VA disability. You might not be eligible for VA health care, but you might be. The VA considers these on a case-by-case basis. So there's no blanket statement that applies. You can't simply say, I didn't get an honorable discharge, therefore I am not eligible for VA benefits or VA health care. You honestly don't know. You may have heard that, but it may not be true in your case. So here's my suggestion. Let the VA decide. Register. Put in your health care claim. Put in your disability claim. Seek treatment. Let the VA decide that you're not eligible. And that might be, difficult to deal with if that does happen. But on the other hand, you might very well be turning your back on health care that you need, on benefits that you've earned, right? Because you believe something that somebody told you. So if it's your character of discharge that's causing the problem, please, there are avenues to seek redress. You can look to get that discharge upgraded, even years or decades after you got out of service. A lot of it depends upon things that the VA and the government now understand better than they did back in the day. So don't just assume that your less than honorable discharge is permanent. It might not be. But even if it is, don't assume you can't get VA health care, that you can't get VA disability. There's a strong possibility that you might. Again, case-by-case basis, let the VA make that call. Go ahead and put in your claim. Go ahead and seek that health care. Let's find out. I wish you the very best of luck. Please, no matter what, though, don't just depend upon rumors. Now, let's talk some more about rumors. And this is a good one. I talked to a veteran recently who said that some things happened while she was serving, and she made some allegations against some other service members, which I believe were true, by the way. It's very difficult to not hear her story and not believe her. But her command didn't respond very well to that. And boy, that sounds familiar also. And as a result, she was offered basically an administrative discharge. It's like, we're tired of dealing with this. You should leave right now. And she was willing to go along with that. She just wanted out at that point, and I don't blame her. And here's what happened. Her command had her sign a piece of paper waiving her right to seek VA disability and health care. Yeah. They just wrote up a document and had her sign it, and she signed it and got out. They made it a condition of her getting a discharge, an administrative discharge, and she got out. And for all these years, for decades, she believed that she could not seek VA healthcare or VA disability because she had signed a piece of paper stating that she gave up those rights. It's bogus. She was finally convinced, not by me, but someone actually convinced her to go to the VA and sign up for health care. And you know what? They just let her sign up. There's nothing stopping her from signing up. That piece of paper means nothing to the VA. She did not waive her rights. That was just a scare tactic. That was something some command that didn't like her did out of, I guess, sheer maliciousness. And then she filed for VA disability, and you know what? She got her VA disability. Wow. Now, maybe, I don't know. I'm not a lawyer. I don't work for the VA. I'm not an accredited agent. I'm just a guy, right? I'm just a guy doing a YouTube channel with opinions. Maybe there are forms you can fill out where you waive your rights and you no longer have the right to seek VA healthcare or seek VA benefits. I don't know. Tell me about it. If you know of such a thing, and please, not rumors. I heard of a person who heard of a person and whose third cousin didn't know. Tell me about what happened to you or to someone that you personally know, right? Happened to that person, not several people down the line. So tell me about that, if that's the case. If it's possible to waive your rights and not have the right to seek VA healthcare or VA disability, tell me about that and we'll talk about it. I'd love to hear about it, to be quite honest. But what I'm trying to say here is, regardless of what you've heard in the way of rumors, whether it's your nature of your discharge or something that you signed that you believed was signing away your rights, any of that type of thing, don't let that stop you. What's the worst that could happen? You go to the VA and you file and they say, oh, no, I'm sorry, we can't help you. Well, that's not a fun thing, right? That's embarrassing and yuck and gross. On the other hand, you don't know. And if you need that health care and if you need VA disabilities that you've earned, don't stop yourself from applying just because you heard a story or you heard a rumor somewhere from somebody who probably doesn't know what the hell they're talking about. File for your health care. File for your legitimate disabilities. And then let the VA make the decision, right? I'll bet it comes out in your favor. I hope it does. I'm on your side. I'm Bill. I am the salty old Marine. I hope you found this useful. Please like, share, and subscribe. Please drop a comment. Let's get a conversation going. These are controversial topics, but my goal here is to help veterans, and I hope you found this helpful. And as always, have a great day.